Yeah, and the big question is how will Oregon kind of approach this
Mhm.
meet, knowing that LSU has basically a full-on armor of an army ready to just pounce in every event, because Oregon does have a respectable team. Michael Williams is running well. He's going to
Yeah.
be a threat in the 1 to 2. They have multiple 800-meter guys in Hunter and Peralta. They have multiple 1,500-meter guys, multiple 5K. They could do a 10K. They got some good. They got a good decathlete. They have someone in the jumps, so they can put together a team that can score in the 50s to 60s.
Yeah.
But the reason why I bring this up is if they want to really go at LSU and have a chance to beat them, it would require them doubling Cooper Teare and Cole Hocker. And Cooper Teare and Cole Hocker maybe thinking something bigger than NCAAs this year because of the Olympic trials year. Cooper Teare is running out of his mind. He could be potentially a sleeper pick in a 5 or a 15 at the trials. Same thing with Cole Hocker. Does Oregon want to burn them out, make them double twice, because you had to double at the prelims and double again at the finals? Or do you let them say, hey, go win an individual title once, get yourself ready for the trials? We're not going to beat LSU's 94-point, potential. So it's going to be an interesting question that Oregon does. Will they double Hocker and Teare, or they just let them run a single race?
And even Charlie Hunter, you'd probably need points from Charlie Hunter in the 8 and the 15, which would be a crazy double too. I think the gap is wide enough to where that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And when you're doubling someone back to the 5, you're just going into the teeth of it, right? Like there's no guarantee you're going to rack up a bunch of points in a 5K with how good the men's 5K is this year. If you double Hunter back, like if Hunter runs the 15, there's no guarantee. Everybody running their off event or their second event, I think is going to be at a huge advantage just because the depth is so stellar this year. What's that?
You said advantage. You meant disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Yeah, the depth is just crazy this year. That putting somebody in their second event, okay, you go in there and then you get 6th or 7th. That's not going to be good, or 8th. That's not going to be good enough to beat LSU. You need people who can rack up 10 points because of the reasons you just listed, all those potential individual champions. If LSU hits on half of those, which I think they could, because you got to feel really good about Juwan Harrison. You got to feel really good about Terrence Laird, Noah Williams. You got to feel good about. There's enough people there who are not locks, but solid 10 or 8 points that Oregon just going to have trouble keeping up. They just don't have enough bodies. So we were debating before on Monday, Teare versus Hocker. Maybe Tiere's the better 1,500-meter runner and Hocker's the better 5K runner. I think they'll each pick one. I would spread them out. You have Hunter in the 8. That's a solid choice. You put whatever else you can around them and then do your best. But, yeah, doubling, I don't think it's going to get you much. It's going to be diminishing returns.